And now, The Wedding by Bree Harvey.
Margaret was in love, or so she thought. A virgin at the age of 23, first love can be blinding. After all, she never dated, and the man she was marrying she only knew for 3 months. But love it was, right? The plans were in full throttle. Justice of the peace to perform the ceremony, check. Hall for the reception, check. 5-piece, top 50 band, check. Gown, amazing, check. It was a reduced price sale prom dress at Saks Fifth Avenue, only $150. But who cared? It was perfect. White and sequins and a 4-inch pink taffeta sash on the waist. As stated before, amazing. Someone told Margaret to buy leather shoes so she can wear it again. Not the typical cardboard, uncomfortable bridal shoe. Check. She followed that person's advice, although she couldn't remember who told her. Veil, white daisies with a 50-inch tulle. Check. Only one more day. Her father got plastered that night. They had a big party. Guests flew in from as far as Washington State. That was a big haul, considering the wedding was in upstate New York. Her father never got drunk. But for some reason, he chose that night before her wedding to become totally full-fledged inebriated. He was on the floor of his bedroom by the time the night was over. On the floor, repeating over and over and over again, "Why? Why?" Her best friend from high school attended the party the night before the wedding. He was the typical tall, dark, and totally drunk. "Margaret, I think we should talk," he said as he held her arm and led her to the porch outside her house. "Are you sure you want to go through with this?" he asked. "Yes," Margaret answered. "You know I will do anything to defend you," he said. "Really?" Margaret asked. You know, I've always been in love with you." Stupid, 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 Margaret was thinking as the words were unfamiliar, almost hostile to her ears, pouring out of her mouth without any barriers. His response was not what she had been expecting. I have always loved you, too. You know what? Marry me instead." Margaret was floored. Holy crap! Oh, my life is like a soap opera, she thought. "Yes," is all she could say. They kissed. A weird kind of kiss, almost like she was kissing her brother that she never had. But they kissed. Margaret wrote a note to her former fiancé. "Dear fiancé," it stated, Life has strange twists and turns. You are special, but I'm in love with someone else and decided to marry him instead. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Trust me, we will be better off this way. Goodbye." She folded the letter and sealed it in the envelope. Then she started to pack. The next morning, the call came in. You know, the type of call that has, "What was I thinking? I was so drunk" kind of call. Yep, it was Margaret's best friend. "Marge, I love you. You know I do, but I'm too young to make such a commitment. I had a little too much to drink last night, and—" Margaret's heart tried to save face. "I know," she said. "I understand." She hung up the phone in a trance. Her world was in chaos. What was she going to do now? The letter she was going to send her fiancé was still on her bedroom dresser. She looked at it, and after a few seconds, tore it up. Her father looked at his beautiful daughter in the white sequin dress with the 4-inch pink sash and the daisies in her hair. "You sure you want to go through with this?" "I'm sure," she told her beloved father with tears pouring down her eyes.